All right, guys, welcome back. I'm here with Phil Smith, Director of Percussion and Music Publishing here at the Commercial Music Department at South Plains College. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, longtime professional musician. You had a long career as a professional traveling touring musician.
Mm-hmm.
Before you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, this used to be my desk.
Oh,
Not the one you see in my office right now. Yeah, I had a bit of a unique career path in comparison to a lot of other college educators. A lot of college educators get out of school and many times just go right back into, the ivory tower, so to speak. And after I got out of graduate school, I ended up playing music, and I taught some also, not in a collegiate setting, but I taught some for the better part of 25 years. And then I remember the fateful day of being on a broken down tour bus in 2019 thinking, this is the end of that. And so I decided to get back into collegiate teaching.
very nice. So what brought you here to South Plains?
What brought me here to South Plains was a 3 to 4 year full-time job search that ended up in numerous near misses. I ended up turning down a few different offers. And then when I applied to South Plains College, like any job, you do your research.
Sure.
And you find out not only about the school, you find out about the history, you find out about the faculty, and you find out about the administration. So it was a package deal to pack up a family and move them 1,000 miles west.
Absolutely. Where did you come from?
Well, I'm originally from Knoxville, Tennessee,
Okay.
but I came here from Atlanta. I spent 28 years there.
Very nice. So this is a whole different pace of life than Atlanta, isn't it?
Culture shock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's incredibly different. But let me tell you, the only thing that it's taken a while to get used to is the extremes in weather. And then the good part that's taken me a little while to get used to is no traffic. I still leave way too early to get to places.
Yeah. Expecting that hour rush hour traffic.
Hour if you're lucky. Yeah.
So let's talk about your role here at the college as the director of percussion. Let's talk about that first. So you're an instructor and then you have ensembles as well that you put together. So let's talk a little bit about that.
In the simplest explanation that I can give, my job is to make young professional musicians. And I was very fortunate to have studied under these wonderful mentors that showed me how to do that. And every day when I come here, I always bring those mentors along with me. And so I meet these young musicians where they're at in their career and give them the expectations of this is what is expected of you when you leave the ivory tower. I know, I've been there. I did it for 25 years. And there's a lot of hard lessons learned here, but I've had a lot of success with it too. So I'm very happy to say that, humbled to say that.
Sure. Well, somebody that makes it professionally and gets to tour, you've accomplished something. You're one of the best in your field. And so I think, and Brent and I were talking about this in an earlier interview, that the different dynamic that you guys have as professors versus a lot of other fields in college and university teachings is a lot of you guys are still working professionals that you're knee deep in the fire, real life, playing music and writing songs and recording and publishing and producing. And then you get to come teach it, during the day. So I think that's a huge advantage for these students.
It's invaluable.
Yeah.
Like Brent mentioned, yeah, we're still out there.
Yeah.
We're waist deep in the ditch of of music. And so just since I've been here, this is my third year here in Levelland. And just a little quick side note. The second day that I was here, I got a call for a gig. The second day that I was here. Now, part of that has to do with I actually knew somebody that was, they knew that I was moving out here. But the musician's grapevine is very, very small. And that works to the benefit and the detriment of people from time to time. But just from my vast body of work prior to this, I knew some folks that were here, and they reached out to me the second day that I was here. But to that point, the ability to stay relevant in this business is, it's invaluable. And so being able to work here as a professional musician in the West Texas area, to play live gigs, to do recording sessions, to collaborate with other musicians, it's vital to being able to continue to pass that information on to our students.
Well, and to have this facility at your use, I mean, that's a huge perk of the job, I'm sure.
It's impossible, isn't it, to relate what this facility is until you actually arrive here.
Yeah.
I mean, we can sit here all day long and talk to everybody and say, these are some of the greatest commercial music facilities in the country. And people go, oh yeah, I drive by there every day. Sure, sure. No, you really don't know until you come here. I hold an event every year called Groove Day, where I bring in a world-class drummer. Like, for example, a few weeks ago, I brought in Kenny Aronoff, the drummer that played for John Mellencamp for the better part of 30 years. And I explained to Kenny through various conversations, Kenny, this is a little bit different than what you think. I know you know Lubbock, and I know you know that, we're kind of sitting out here in the middle of a cotton field, oil field, cattle ranch, but you don't really understand what we have here. And he's like, sure, yeah, I think I know what you got. And then every time I bring one of them in and I'll go, and this is our facility.
Yeah.
Then their eyes open up. And you normally get some sort of a response of like, I've only seen something like this when I did something up at Berklee College of Music, or I've seen something similar to this at the Thornton School of Music at Southern California. It's very unique in the best possible way.
Well, and walking the halls and hearing the sounds, and feeling the energy, it's a special thing you've got here. Very special.
Well, thank you. And again, that just adds to the reason for packing up a 28-year-old household and moving them 1,000 miles to the west.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the publishing a little bit. So what do you teach on the publishing side of things?
Music publishing is one of the most important music businesses that any young musician can learn about, because it is one of the primary revenue streams that we have. And in a nutshell, what we teach in public, or what I teach in publishing, is we talk about copyright law. Copyright law and publishing go hand in hand. You can't separate those. So we talk about what your copyrights do for you, how to copyright your material. Then we also talk about the different types of publishing deals that you can get with third-party publishers, in addition to talking about what the benefits might be of being a self-publisher. And then naturally, we talk about all the revenue streams that are afforded to you with your copyrights, such as mechanical royalties, performance royalties, licensing for synchronization, that type thing. And then also one of the favorite parts of the class is what we're finishing up right now. I always end the semester talking about famous copyright infringement cases. And so we also talk about how to keep yourself legal in certain aspects, and then how to protect your own compositions.
And that's very important, especially with original compositions and songwriting. It's something that a lot of musicians miss and probably have been taken advantage of at some point because they didn't know any better.
There have been many predatory publishing deals that have gone on to make the companies millions, if not billions of dollars. Yeah. And you end up finding out that some of these composers have to spend many, many years in civil court trying to get their copyrights and publishing rights back. Yeah, it's very, very important. I would say this, it's not an intrinsically difficult topic. It's just there's a lot to learn. It's a very nuanced topic. I'll say that. But if you have a bit of a business mind, and you can hold that business mind and creative mind together at the same time, that music publishing course will go on to not only help you protect your compositions, but it could very, very easily save you thousands of dollars in attorney's fees.
Wow, that's very interesting. That's a space that I'm very interested in. So
I'm signing up for the fall.
Yeah. All right. So now tell us about the different certificates and degrees that you guys offer.
Okay. The primary one is the associate's degree in performance. I would say that at least half, if not 2/3 of our students sign up for that 2-year program. And inside of that 2-year program, aside from the academic and performance aspects of commercial music, we also have those students do some things in sound technology, both live sound and in recording. And we also have them do a little bit in video and cinema production. Some of the students are surprised whenever they'll come into my office and they'll see me editing video. And I'll say, hey, this is something you need to learn how to do. Yeah. And that cinema and video production department that we have is world class, and they really help from that standpoint. We also have 1-year performance certificates and advanced certificates as well. That also, it's a more streamlined 1-year program. It does have academic classes, but it might stress a little bit more towards the performance side. We also have a music business certificate as well, where students come in and they focus primarily on things like management. And that could also have to do, that could be like not only band management, it could be studio management, that type thing. They study music publishing, concert and venue, event management as well. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Those are the highlights, though.
Well, and that's what your Fest Week is about, is bringing all that together as a collaboration between everybody and putting it into a polished performance. And and they're doing that 100% on their own with you guys as kind of eagle eyes on them watching, correct?
Exactly. When we get to Fest Week, which is the last week of classes, the week before finals, all of our students, whether they're musicians or video and cinema students or recording or just live sound technology students, if you walk into that Tom T. Hall, they are the ones that are putting on the shows.
Yeah.
The students run the monitors, the students run the front of the house, the students are running the recording aspect that also sends the live music to the video stream that we put out on our YouTube channel as well. And again, to your point, we do have the professors that are close by, keeping that guiding hand.
Sure. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time with us today to sit down and talk about your role here. I'm sure these guys here are glad that you made the trip from Atlanta as well.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much. If anybody is interested in talking to you about publishing classes or percussion or anything, who should they reach out to?
Reach out to me, and I can give you my information. It's pretty easy. People think that my name's an alias, as in Phil Smith, but no, that's my real name. And you can reach me at psmith@southplainscollege.edu. Pretty easy to remember.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you again, Phil.
Thank you.
Very nice talking to you. You guys stay tuned.